All right, says we are live. Let's see here. I guess it's taking a sec. There it goes. All right. Let me get all my stuff set up, people. Sorry if we're getting a little slow start, but I'm still learning all this. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Hanging out with the track. Track's in the house. We got El Camino Live Forever and Craig Durbin on the panel.
We got Tractor Nation, Smallenginenation. We got Captain Matt over there with the
Camino Nation. What's going on, Hot Rod, Froggers, Client Graphics, Horse, Puller Bear Ed? What's going on, Puller? Hey, Peepers. All right, Matt. Peepers is on here watching, so she's keeping an eye on you. Yeah, we have a... What's going on, Lonesome?
Hey, Lonesome, brother.
We having some big engine nation stuff going on in the center part. Hey, Kathy.
That's not gonna work. It's kind of view.
Only if you had one of them little scope things where you pull the spark plug out and send that camera down in there to look in the cylinder.
I know y'all probably can't see very well, but I'm gonna leave it in there. I'm gonna mute it because it's gonna get loud.
All right, that's all good, brother. Do what you got to do. Just getting off work, huh, Lonesome? Hey, Momo. Thanks for the fudge. I can't eat but a couple pieces at a time because that stuff will cure a sweet tooth with a quickness. Jimmy C, how you doing, brother? Yeah, we just hanging out, taking it slow. Got the fat cycle up on the table outside, and I just couldn't figure out how to get my phone positioned to try to do hangouts and all that out there. So I said, to heck with it. We'll just sit in the house tonight and chill and talk about whatever. What's going on, Doug? Do what?
Can I show off them couple pictures that you got on there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see if I can drag them pictures out.
All right. Yeah, just somebody's got a reverb. Somebody's YouTube's a little loud in your background, Craig.
The light going in the background. Hang on.
Ah, okay. Hey, Miss Carts. How you doing? Hey, Trax. Our brother from down under. What's going on? Auto count 19. Oh, what's going on, y'all? Johnny Five's in the house. Whoa, I am getting big time. He come from across the pond. Captain Jerk, how you doing?
Here we go, Jay.
All right. Let me present you there. Present to everyone. There you go. Yep. Mocking up the fat cycle for a break.
That shaft is set up, and that's going to be sharp, man.
Well, it's the same axle shaft that the rear tire's being held with. I figured that's the easiest way because it's the easiest you can get stuff for is to do a 1-inch axle.
I like the way you got the brake caliper set up. You know, it allows you to be able to slide that in and out.
Yeah.
When you have built that shaft, you can slide it out and change your pads and whatnot.
And all I got to do is lift it up. I'm going to bring it up about a 1/2 inch because it's sitting on that 4x6 piece of wood right there. I'm going to bring it up probably about a 1/2 inch and tack weld it in place. And then I'm going to move the caliper, or not the caliper, but the rotor back to where it's not touching up against the very back of the caliper and get it in position and then tack the plates down. Because see the axle shaft, or not the axle shaft, the it's a manual brake caliper. The little bar is right underneath the bolt on the side of the caliper, and I can actually run my solid bar underneath the frame right there and hook up my eyelets to where it'll pull the brake, and it should work pretty good. That's an 8-inch rotor. And with it being towards the bottom like that, and the way it spins, it actually grab harder, I think.
And you're gonna turn your engine around, right? So that your output of the engine's gonna be on the right side instead of the left.
No, I'm just switching the back tire around. The sprocket on the back tire is gonna be on the opposite side, but the motor's gonna be sitting the same place. I'm just gonna take them adapter plates I had off and actually set the motor back in the actual motor mounts that was built into the chopper frame to where I can adjust it better. Them little adapter plates I just threw in there long enough because I couldn't get the chain to line up with the sprocket on the rear tire. So it's gonna go back to a sprocket on the header pipe side, and then it's gonna have a sprocket on this side going to the back tire.
Right on. I'm gonna grab the other picture real quick.
Okay.
And then everybody can kind of see that.
Yep.
That's gonna be sharp, and you got a lot of frame room to do that with.
Yeah, I was worried about it being an 8-inch rotor. I was worried about it sticking too far below the frame. But when you get down and eyeball the frame where it's sitting on the wood with it, that rotor only sticks down below it probably a 1/2 inch. That's about it.
Room you can actually probably even move it up 1/4 inch and split the difference.
Yeah, I might be able to put a spacer underneath the mounting plate of a piece of solid bar and then weld them all together.
Yep.
But
I think that's going to come out fantastic, man.
I'm going to do that. And if you notice the way the exhaust is run with the U-bolt and all, I did it that way because when the motor is able to be slid, all you have to do is loosen them 2 bolts on the U-bolt that holds the exhaust pipe and let it slide, and then tighten it back down to hold it, to keep it from vibrating all the time. So it makes it where the exhaust pipe can slide as well as the motor.
Yep. It's definitely going to be functional.
Hey, Katana's in the house. Jerry's this and that. Ian Matthews. Man, I got a lot of the big timers in here. But yeah, I got a little work to do to it to finish it up. Then it'll be time once I get everything finalized, ride it a little bit, make sure everything's working like it should. Then it's going to be a full disassembly, sanding the whole frame and everything down to bare metal and repaint and putting a good paint job on it.
Absolutely.
That's what's going to take a little time. Rasta B, how you doing, brother?
Now you can flip it back in presentation mode, brother.
All right. Let me, I'm still learning this thing. You just got to give me a little time.
We'll get through it.
Yep.
Hello, Captain Dirt, Rasta B, and 88, Jerry, Johnny, and Jimmy, and Jerry.
Ian Matthews, all of them up in here. This is going to be a pretty good
one. Good to see everybody. Hello, Horse. Hello, Hot Rod. Old Rare. All the counts in here.
Yep. Oh, and some of those pallet frames that I got the other day I was showing you, Craig. That big one that was on top actually has some 16th inch thick metal plates that I'm thinking about using to make an actual chain guard from the converter to the jack shaft.
Nice. There's a lot of usable metal in that stuff, man.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable how much steel you got to work with. It's going to be kind of neat.
Trouble is, that biggest one I got actually held a side-by-side on it, and that metal is heavy. I'm thinking, yeah, it's going to be about like the zero turns, just a little bit bigger frame, width and all. No, the actual thickness of the metal so much different. I about
Yeah,
could manhandle it. It about manhandled me.
The side by sides are pretty heavy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But it's got a lot of, like you said, a lot of good usable metal for a project, and I've already got one in mind of what to do with it.
Welcome back, peepers.
Hey, peepers. Yeah, I know what you mean. My computer froze up last night in the middle of doing some work, and it messed me all up. I had to completely shut my computer down and restart it because it froze. Trying to get into Task Manager to stop a single program from running, it wouldn't even let me go into Task Manager. I literally had to turn the computer off and start it back up. Reboot the system.
Doug, Matt's working on his El Camino over there. He's having some issues with the third cylinder, I believe. Is that right, Jay?
Yeah, number 3 cylinder, he lost compression in it. It was holding, I think, if I remember the picture right, about 30 psi.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be around. It's supposed to be about 120 to, I think around 120 to 150, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, about 130 is usually about typical. The new engine, you might have 170, but about 130 is typical.
But it's a 305H, if I ain't mistaken, and most of those had a little bit higher compression and all, which threw it up to about the 150 range. But
I'm thinking maybe he's got a valve that's not closing.
Well, like Jerry, this and that just said, it could be the head gasket could have blown out right there, and it's leaking pressure by. I didn't think about that. If it's a head gasket, that's an easy fix. Just unbolt one side of the intake, pull the head off, put a gasket, put it back in there.
I ain't gonna do that though. That's the problem. Is if it's about blowed head gasket, I'm gonna take both sides off
and redo it the right way.
Yeah. I ain't gonna do just one. I did that once, and the other side blew not even a few miles later down the road. You just don't do that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to blow head gasket. I'm hoping I don't I'm fixing to pull this off if I can get it off without pulling the intake. I'm hoping. If not, I'll have to take the intake off. But if I can get it off, hoping to find a blowed head gasket, not a hole in the piston. Because the noise it made has got me worried. But we'll see. We're fixing to see.
Which I've heard blowed head gasket make some funny noises too.
Yeah, anything's possible. It could be just a bad valve.
That's what I was thinking. It could have had something like a little trash or something get on the valve where it looks like it's closing all the way and it's holding the valve open to let it blow by.
Could be a broken valve spring too.
Well, if it was a broken valve spring, he would have noticed it when he opened up, took the valve cover and all off. It had been sitting a different height than the rest of them.
Sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. It just depends on the spring and where it's broke.
Yeah, he was motioning that it wasn't a valve spring.
We'll know shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah, Peeper, I'm the same way. I hope it's something simple to fix. And everybody, I do have my coffee today, a full cup this time, so I'm in a pretty good mood now.
You definitely are coming back from that surgery pretty strong. I'm glad to see that, brother.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling a lot better.
You probably haven't felt this good in a long, long time.
I don't remember the last time I felt this good. Be honest with you. But yeah, it's been everything's getting better. Hopefully it keeps going in a good positive way.
Hey, I just got a text message, by the way.
Oh, you just got the message? Man, I sent that. Hang on. Let me check, see when I sent that to you. Because my YouTube was acting funny. It wouldn't let me pull up the Hangout part so I could start inviting people into it and all. And I'm like, oh, God. I sent that thing at 6:45. 30 minutes ago, I sent it, and you just now got it.
Yeah.
Lord help us.
Glad it wasn't an emergency. I'd be mad.
Oh, if it was
Y'all
a
ready?
Mercury, I would have called. Yeah. What'd you find, brother?
Y'all ready? We're fixing to find out together, brother.
Oh, you gonna pull the head? You done
Throw it
got
up there
everything
on the
uploaded?
screen, Jay. Let's see this thing live.
All right, hold on. Let me present to everyone. There we go. All right.
You can see it. Here we go. Good Lord. Ah! Oh! Oh!
All right, let's see.
You know you're dealing with a true mechanic when you pull a head off like that and you don't see any antifreeze running down out of the intake.
Yep.
It's a valve, guys.
Valve bent just a little bit, holding it open.
It's a valve.
Did it hit the
That's
piston?
kind of what I thought. You know what I would do at this point, Matt? You're already halfway into getting that intake out of there. I'd pull that other head off and redo all the valve seals because you know those umbrellas are probably stiff.
Let me show you guys. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's see it.
All right, I'm going to take you off the stand here and unplug you. On my phone, I'm all messy.
Hello, Snow Crusher. Good to see you in here, brother.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Let me get a light. I don't know if y'all going to be able to see it.
I seen one that was kind of poked up just a little bit.
See that?
Yep.
See the light through it?
Yes, I do.
See all the carbon in it?
Look right there. You can see the piece holding the valve open right there.
Yeah, I see it.
What's HO heads? Look at them big old valves.
Mm-hmm. That's a good looking head.
Hey, but it just looks like a little trash got under that one valve. Is what's holding it off. If you look right there at it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something you can push that valve and get that stuff out, and maybe just relap the valves and keep rocking.
I replaced all of them.
Look at the head bolts, though. Look how crusty they are.
Ew. That looks like a Quaker cake motor.
Yeah, and that's what scares me because it was clean on the top end. It's real dirty down in it. Boy, that baby's bad.
If you got to buy an upper end conversion gasket set, you might as well buy a lower and put an oil pump in it and clean the whole oil pan out.
At least a complete gasket set for those motors ain't real expensive.
Well, that's what I was saying. Pull the other head off and replace the valve seals in it, because you know you're already halfway there anyway.
Some kind of gunk right there built up.
Let's see how big that gap is. That's a razor blade in there. If that tells you anything.
Right there where it's touching is that looks like a hunk of
you got a valve
engine crud.
I don't have one for these. Well, I mean, I do. I might be able to get it out. I have to see if it'll work. It's an old school one. Well, I said I do. I hope I got it here. I may not even have it here. Harbor Freight sell them?
Yeah, they do.
I might just go get one when she gets here.
They sell 3 different kinds of valve spring compressors at Harbor Freight. The flat bar one that goes over the top of the keeper. That's basically 2 flat bars with a spring in the middle and a bolt that presses the spring. Don't even mess with that one.
Then they got the big one that looks like a C-clamp.
You want the C-clamp style valve spring compressor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of the little ones that you just it's just like a little screw on the end. You stick it on there with 2 clamps, and it squeezes it together. That's a pain in the butt every time.
Yeah, they have another one that's actually 2 flat bars, like a door panel tool.
Yeah,
and that's one you don't even want to mess with because you'll never get an angle on a small block head to get that onto the valve.
No, I remember the old school ones. It was just a flat bar and the edges were rolled over, and you actually put it on the rocker arm bolt and put the nut on the backside and run it down, and you had to force that sucker down. Oh, I hated those. I bet my nut was a minute time on those.
Well, I mean, if I had a vise,
have a good one, Hot Rod.
I'd just squeeze it a little bit and see if I could dig it out.
Yeah.
I got a press.
You got a ball joint tool, you can do it too.
What about a putty knife?
Yeah, I mean, I got one of those. I don't know if it'll go around it though.
It should. Ball joint tool should.
If you got a press that you can set it on and set something so the head sits like it should, and then put you a board on top of that valve and just mash it down far enough to clean that valve real good.
The thing is scary is that valve might be bent, and that may be why it collected that deposit there.
There it went.
What fell?
Oh, everything, my wife.
Sound like all kinds of tools with the bouncing and dropping.
It sounded like a C-clamp out of his valve, out of his ball joint tool.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Ouch.
The cast steel has a predictable sound.
Yeah. Oh, man. Hey, at least it wasn't a hole in the piston.
It's not going to work, Craig. It's not deep enough. Well, I said that. Hang on a minute. Probably eat my own daggum words here in a minute. It may.
Have a good one, Rasta B.
Take care, Rasta.
There it is. Okay. Bring you guys in for the close-up.
All right, let me represent you again. There we go.
Where am I at? Oh, I'm not even showing you guys.
I see you. Oh, now I know.
Down just a little bit more, Matt. There you go.
How much gunk is pressed into it, and did it fall out when you pressed the valve?
No, it's pulled it up against the seat.
So you're going to have to lap the valves?
You can kind of see it if it'll focus. You can see it right there.
Yep, I see it now.
You can see it's pressed into the valve seat there.
Can you tell what it was? If it was a piece of metal or just some carbon buildup or what?
Well, I'm going to try to turn this valve because every time I spin it, it turns it. So try to spin it.
You got to wonder if you didn't lose a part of a compression ring. Or if there's something that came down through the intake.
I don't know. I got a magnet. I'm going to see if it's going to be metal.
What's going on, low lid? I'm trying to keep up
metal.
with that and watch. It's metal? Ooh.
Yep. Sure is. Whether it's part of the cylinder head or whatever it is.
Well, like I said, it could be, I check all your keepers, make sure all your keepers are there.
They're there. That's the first thing I checked because I thought maybe they came off.
Was that the intake or the exhaust side?
Exhaust.
Well, it wouldn't have been something out the carburetor then, because that would have been first thing it would have jammed up was the intake.
Yeah, it didn't come through the intake because it would have
Where's the plug out of that cylinder? Did it lose the electrode or the cathode?
Oh, goodness. There she is. That's the troublemaker right there.
Let's see. All we see is the
I know.
tabletop. What is that?
That's what was holding it open.
That's part of the valve seat.
Is that part of the valve seat or is that build-up?
Seat's fine.
Look like just build-up in there.
I mean, the seat looks fine. I'm going to set you back down. We're going to see if we can. I'm going to try to pull it open a little bit more.
Look up in the exhaust port and see if part of that piece that goes up around the valve guide, if maybe a part of that got knocked off somehow.
I mean, there's a bunch of carbon in that head.
That could be from running cheap gas in it for a long period of time and not doing like you should. Or if it was loading up.
Well, I don't see any parts that were like coming off or something that like broke off, anything fresh.
Well, one thing about it, motor oil, if it will collect metal and then it'll deposit.
I say that, guys. Boy, it is bad in that cylinder. It's thick. It very well could have been just a piece that got smashed. Now I'm wondering if it bent the valve.
Well, that's what I was saying. You know, the valve is bent. It's probably just building that up right there because the valve's not able to close. Can you get the keepers out of the valve stem?
I doubt it because of the way I got my press set up. No.
I'd rather wait until you got a valve spring compressor to do that with.
I'd let the drop a valve and keep back closed. My guess is if it's bent, it's not going to go all the way closed.
Yeah. It'll still have an air gap. You shine the light from the inside the exhaust and see if there's light coming through if the valve's warped.
Well, this table is taking abuse today.
That's what a work table's meant to be, is abused.
Brought to you by the 18-hour mechanic.
It's being, I'm almost positive, unless it's got more trash in it. Where am I at?
Yeah, it's not going all the way down unless it,
See
like
it?
you said, there's more trash in there.
You can see it.
I see a piece of trash right there on it. When you sign it, I see it touching in spots.
You have 3 more valves, Matt. It looks like that one's not closed either. Shine your light through that.
Yeah, it is.
The top valve?
My light's in there right now.
That's just the way that valve's a little thicker.
Must not have been cut down. It must have just been lapped in there.
Well, these HO heads have a big valve. They got big valves on all the cylinders.
I think you're going to end up having to pull that valve out and regrinding the seat on it. And
I'm not doing nothing. I'm taking it to a machine shop and they can do it. I ain't doing none of that crap. I ain't good enough for that, guys. Sorry to tell y'all, but I ain't that good. Huh?
I'd take both heads in and have them done.
Oh, I will. I'm not just doing one. I don't do that. I don't do a job half-assed. I'm not going to. I never have. And I did once when I was young, and I regretted it instantly. Ended up having to pull it back apart.
If it was me, I'd pull that whole block out of there and put new bearings in the lower end. You put those brand new heads back on there, the lower end's going to go probably 10 or 12,000 miles.
Huh. Well, well, well.
And a brand new oil pump. New
Well,
ring.
well, well, boys. Somebody's already been in here.
Aftermarket pistons.
No.
Or they got one turned backwards.
Look what that says.
What does it say?
30 over. It's already been bored.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Yep. That's a fresh block in the bottom end.
Yeah, I'd still be putting bearings in it. Especially looking at the way those pistons are, all the sludge that's been in that engine. It'll be a new oil pump and a new set of bearings in the lower end at a minimum. And I put a new water pump on it and all new gaskets.
Hey, Matt. Jerry's this and that said, found my missing 10 millimeter socket. Talking about when you were shining down in the motor.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. I wish I could find half of them.
That head gasket doesn't look like it had any problem sealing, though. I mean,
It looks
No,
good.
it's an updated gasket. That's a Victor Rhines gasket.
Looks like an Ultra Seal. The Ultra Seal version.
Yeah, it's a Victor Rhines.
yeah, they're probably a Northern Auto Parts rebuild. Which you get the Victor gaskets from Northern. You can buy the whole rebuild for that engine probably for under $400 and new pistons and new cam, new lifters, all that shit.
Look how thick them fire rings are. That one in the center is real thick.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
where all
probably-
your heat is anyway, right in the middle of the block.
Yeah, I probably won't touch the bottom end.
I believe I just take the heads and I'll have them worked and all.
Well, here's the thing.
Flush the bottom in and
Here's the
rebuild.
thing. I don't have the money for that.
Yeah.
And the bottom end didn't have any issues. It's obviously already been tore into, and it's got new rings and cross hatching in the cylinders.
Yeah.
Yes, cross hatching's already still in there. We didn't have no problem smoking. And this engine probably won't stay in here forever anyways. Eventually, I want to upgrade to a 350. So if I can just bide my time and make this one last a year or so more, it's not going to, I mean,
Just redo Just redo the top and maybe drain the oil and flush it and let it rock and roll.
That may change. I mean, that may change. I may change my mind, but
Well, if nothing else, you can always pull that oil pan out and put a new oil pump in when you change that transmission out.
well,
So all you got to do is rock it up on one side to get that oil pan out of there.
I figured I'm going to probably end up pulling the engine anyways. And the reason why I say that is I want to do an oil pan gasket. And then if I see something in there, I'm going to pull two of them off. I'll just pick random ones. And if they look bad, then I may go ahead and just have the whole engine done. If they don't, if they look good and they're not scarred or anything like that, then I'll assess that situation then.
Yeah, how's your rear main seal?
I mean, the oil, it really doesn't have any oil leaks besides maybe the oil pan seeps a little bit, but it's not bad. I had bad valve cover issues. I mean, the reason why, I knew somebody had been in here because if you look in the valley, it's clean. It's spotless.
That is very clean.
It's spotless. I've seen my new distributor shaft back there. Anyways, yeah, I put that distributor in yesterday. Just put a brand new distributor vacuum advance in it yesterday, and it took a crap this morning. But anyways, everything happens for a reason, right?
Well,
Yeah.
putting a new carburetor on there and the new distributor probably shined a lot of light on that cylinder having issues.
Have a good one there, Captain.
No, I don't know. I know the timing chain's got slack in it. I know it does because when I was doing the distributor, I walked the crank back and forth, maybe a quarter of a turn, closer to a half a turn probably before the rotor moved. So I don't know if they did had the motor work done and just skimped on the parts, or what they did, or they just used the cheapest stuff they can get and it just wore out.
They could have just put a stock replacement timing chain in instead of a double roller.
Yeah, it's going to get a double roller when it goes back together. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Yeah,
but
cheap.
What I'll do, yeah, I can get one for like $26 and with a 1-year warranty from my local parts store. So, yeah. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
But here it is. Got the, I don't know if y'all can see that number right there. It's not focusing. Focus, darn you.
Look like it said 140144.
Too shiny. I better focus now.
140144.
16.
Yep.
The 416 heads are HO heads.
Yep. Peeper says she's got all three of the boys home, getting them ready to head your way.
Okay. Well, I already know what's wrong with it, so I just gotta. I just gotta tear the other side apart. Looks kind of funny with that one head.
To be honest, the way it's sitting there like that, it looks like an old slant stick Dodge sitting there.
And why you disgracing my Chevrolet motor like that?
Hey, them slant six Dodges, you couldn't kill them motors. Them old 225 slant sixes.
But Craig, don't think for 1 second I haven't considered taking this thing all the way down and rebuilding it completely. But I just want to assess what it has in it, and if I can get by, if everything looks good, then I'll probably just put some new water, like the new water pump. It'll get a new water pump. I got to pull it off. It'll get a new fuel pump because I'm having issues out of it already. New gaskets, and I want to go through the gaskets anyway. So,
yeah.
I mean,
if there ain't no leaks.
I'm the type of person, and I've always have been, if I'm taking something down and there's an issue, I have to fix it. I can't go, even if it makes me wait for a week, I have to fix it. I cannot do it half butt.
Yeah.
Can't. That's not me. It's not in me. I'll regret it for the rest of the time I drive that vehicle. And this one I plan on keeping.
You could probably get that old rebuild kit from Northern with the cams, lifters, pistons, timing set, oil pump, all the gaskets, all the seals and everything for probably about $400.
That's how much I priced a used engine for today.
Yeah. That's one thing I love about Northern Auto Parts. You know, they have a good quality kit. I've used several of them. I've done probably 4 of the 4.3 V6s, and they're about $450 for a rebuild.
Look at those primary pipes, guys. Look how thick they are. Look how big they are.
Not bad, not bad.
That's almost I think it's an inch. That's almost an inch, and it's got to be at least an inch and a half primary. And they go all the way down, them thick old snakes. And that plate, that's every bit of 3/8.
Yeah.
Solid steel sock.
What do you do with their food?
I never touched it.
Well, that's why it explains why it runs so good. It's already been bored and bigger pistons put in it.
Yeah, well, somebody put some money in it. Just a shame that they didn't check the heads before they put it all back together.
Yeah, this is it's kind of sad. It really is.
Probably hadn't been that long ago either. I mean, how long have you had it?
Well, I mean, I had it for not even since November. I think November last year. So December, January, February, March. 4 months, 5 months, maybe. I ain't had it that long.
Yeah.
and it sat for a very long time. My little brother drove it a little bit, but he never could get it lined out. He didn't have enough money to sink into it to get it right.
Yeah.
And you can tell somebody took the time. I mean, they painted the water pump blue. They painted the brackets blue. The valve covers were the same color. I mean, somebody had it out and did it. That's what first clued me in on it, because this thing it's been painted. The block's been painted the same color. Somebody pulled it out and did work on it. But I don't know. I don't know what I'll find. I mean, you don't. But if I'm down this far, I mean, I might as well take transmission bolts out and pull it out and see what it's going to hide.
Well, that's what I was getting at. You know, the gaskets and stuff are cheap.
Oh, yeah. I priced everything, like I said, through my local parts store here. It's not even over $200. It's like $160 for everything.
That ain't bad.
See, here's everything right here. Head gaskets are $23.99 a piece, and that's the good ones. They're real good. They're the better brand than the regular Felpro. And then you got the intake gaskets and the oil pan gasket. That's a rubber one-piece rubber, metal lined, metal reinforced.
That's the real good ones.
Yeah, and I won't do one without it. I don't do three-piece oil pan gaskets. Sorry, guys. Timing cover gasket, $20.99. Timing chain set, that was $24.99 for the good double roller. Valve stem seals, intake, exhaust, $12.49 a piece. And a crankshaft kit with matching rod and mains if I have to have it, $151.99. And the piston rings are $68.99 for oversized. So
they don't have a complete gasket
No.
set for that motor?
Not anymore. I mean, they do, but they want like $73, but it's cheap gaskets, like what somebody put in this in the first place.
So it ain't like one of them good gasket kits you get from like Summit or Eggs Racing or something.
No, I like Felpro, and I've never had a problem out of Felpro gaskets. And that's what I priced was Felpro. And actually, Felpro has an updated gasket for these that is like, well, I can pull it up in here in the computer and show you. It's like a wicked looking gasket. Like, it's got all kinds of sealing capabilities.
The only head gasket you probably get better than a Felpro is going to be a copper racing head gasket, which I wouldn't recommend in the daily driver anyway.
Oh, no.
Because
I can get those on here too.
The solid copper gaskets?
Yeah, I can get the racing gaskets on here as well. But like he said, why would you? You know?
Well, the copper gaskets are going to corrode because of the different metal. They're really designed not to be ran on an engine with antifreeze in them.
Yeah.
They use a straight glycol mix for drag strips.
Or either they're made for that, or running no antifreeze or nothing in them whatsoever for the people who solid fill their blocks.
If you go to a true drag strip and you got antifreeze in your car, they won't let you on the drag strip. They don't want to have any antifreeze on the track.
Yeah. Because it makes a mess when you have to clean it up, heat the track back up, re-VHT it, and all that kind of stuff.
Look at those bad boys.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all that. Look at the fire rings on them. Look how thick they are. All the way around.
Yeah, that's probably a double-plated gasket. And it looks like it's got the coating around the water jackets and around the oil return jackets.
See, that's the regular ones. It's, only got the single rings all the way around it. And they're $20.99. And these right here, they can get the ones that I was showing you. These for $23.99. For $3 more, you can get a better, high quality, better gasket.
I'd go with the one for $3 more.
I mean,
they'll hold up a lot longer, and you have less problems out of them.
See, here's a gasket set, but it's don't come with head bolts or anything like that. But it's the Felpro. It's a Felpro, but I just don't like the way they look. The head gaskets do not look very.
No, they don't.
They look cheap. And maybe just the picture looks, but they look cheap. $50 for all this. I mean, they're going to cut corners somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, when you buy them separately, they usually get a better product than you do when you buy them cheap like that.
I guarantee the valve cover gaskets and the oil pan gaskets are cork gaskets.
Yeah. Here's another one. A
Not
male.
necessarily, Jay. They've done away with a lot of cork and went to the reusable rubber gaskets.
The neoprene gaskets.
They're not neoprene; they're rubber.
Let's see. Oil pan gasket.
Have a good one, Katana.
See the oil pan gasket I'm going to get. I know y'all know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to show you. Comes with the snaps and everything.
Oh, heck
One
yeah.
Yeah.
These snaps.
That's one of the rubber ones there, and it's universal, so it's Olds or GM.
Comes with
depending on which side the dipstick tube's on.
All new bolts. The little pins that you slide, you screw into the pan, that they're little snaps that hold this gasket up while you fidget the oil pan back up in there.
Yep. Let's see, you can do it in the car.
Yeah, I mean, they're wicked.
What I'm saying, you can drop the oil pan out and replace the rear main and the oil pump without having to ever pull the engine completely out of the car. You just raise one side up.
Heck yeah. Hey, Lena Boat's in the house. What's going on, Selena?
I already got the rubber valve cover gaskets in it, so I probably won't do anything with those. They're brand new. But I had
to clean those up. You know?
Yeah, I have my eyes on these though because Felpro come out with a new one. I'm holding the phone down. Where are they at?
Have a good one, Jerry's this and that.
I think it may be these.
What's up, client?
Hey,
We making it, Selena. We making it. You working some long hours if you just getting off work right now. Good Lord, girl.
She was the one that was worried about you on your way home.
Yeah, I know.
I may have already got the ones I was talking about.
You have to get her set up with Google Hangouts, Jay.
Yeah, I am. But it'd be easier for me to show her instead of trying to explain it to her how to do it.
Yep.
Gasket material, rubber, and steel. See, these I think are the same kind as the oil pan gasket. They're rubber and steel with steel impregnated steel.
Heck yeah.
And
hey, Lena Boat. I'm probably going to have this Hangouts going for about another 10, 15 minutes, and I'm going to call it. Call me about 8:15. Oh, yeah.
These are the ones I bought, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. These are the ones I got already. They're just a flimsy little rubber one, but they're thick rubber.
Yeah.
They do
They
just
got ribs on them. You can clean them and reuse them.
The only thing I didn't like about Chevrolet's valve covers, they just had them 4 bolts that held it on. And a lot of times if you ain't got the stock valve covers, if you got aftermarket or whatever, they would actually warp and lose hold down pressure and actually leak worse.
What the load spreaders are for, like these.
Yep.
Mine's got the really, really wide ones on it. Like they're wider than that. I'll show you.
They stick out about 2 inches on each side of the hole.
Nah, these are like 6 inches long.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're big.
They have some updated valve covers too that have a ring to go all the way around them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the metal ring, the solid metal ring.
Yep.
I like those. Well, you may have been right, Jay. About 2 inches on either side. They're thick and they're bowed so that they put pressure on it.
Yeah, but a lot of times when people get the aftermarket valve covers, they just put them on there and they don't ever mess with those things. And then they like, why do I keep having valve cover leaks? Well, you got them little bolts in them and all that other space, and that metal's going to slowly curl from the heat.
And I was right. I knew I was right. Those cheap gaskets that I got with my headers, would you look at that? They were leaking.
Yep, burnt through.
So
They've been hot.
Yeah. Yeah. So I knew they were leaking, so the other side's got to come off as well. I knew it.
Think about headers. You got to tighten them about a half a dozen times a year. Keep them tight.
Tighten them up, run them. When you first run them for several hours, and then tighten them up again.
Yeah, you got to burn them in.
Yeah.
Well, I got them, but man, I don't know about them. I got all kinds of stuff for this thing. I got some things I haven't even put on this thing yet. Those are going to be restrictive, aren't they? Well, they may not be. I got some of these. They're Mr. Gasket, and I don't know.
They do all right. You just got to see if they're actually going to be big enough to fit the header without being restrictive.
Well, I can't return them, so we might as well open them up.
True that.
Because I'm fixing to have to put something on it, whether it be these or something else. I was thinking about copper. I got aluminum gaskets for my collectors.
Let me do some checking. I got some stuff from when me and my brother used to run Chevrolet stuff, and if I still got it, I'll box it up and send it your way.
See, these ain't going to be restrictive either. Where is my daggum finger off there? There we go. See that? That's going to be plenty big enough.
Perfect. That'll be perfect.
Yep.
Let me see the header, though. The header might be a different story with, but I don't really give a crap about that as long as it's bigger than the cylinder port.
If it fits the cylinder port, the header ain't no problem because it's going to be blowing past all that anyway.
Yeah, it fits it pretty good, too, so I may go with those. Another ones I had, and I'll go get them, but I almost they ain't going to work.
Have a good one there, Snow Crusher.
Because they are D-shaped ported. And I bought them with that swap meet I had, and I'm almost positive they won't work.
D-shape? Yeah, they're probably... That'd be putting you too thin on spots and all, taking the chance of blowing them out. I know which ones you're talking about.
Ah! My daggum hand's in the way. There you go. D-shaped. I don't know. I'm thinking like you, RJ. I don't think they'll work. I gave $5 for that set, so if anybody can use them, hit me up.
Them go for a specific head, I think.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if mine was or not, and for $5, I picked them up, and, well, I guess you can't go wrong. They're Jegs. They're an actual Jegs part number.
Is that for a set of Vortex heads?
Maybe. I don't know. I thought the Vortex were bigger, but hey, I don't know. What do I know?
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Client's asking if you do 2 or 3 passes on torquing those headers down, and if you're torquing them up to 85 foot-pounds.
That would be a no, because you can't get in there to torque them to 85 foot-pounds with a little bitty wrench. But yes, I am doing 2 or 3 passes with them. I make sure they're tight as I can get them.
It's just a hard area to get a torque wrench into.
Yeah, you cannot. It's impossible. It's impossible to get a torque wrench in there.
Yep.
I got these for the wires.
Those will work.
I just haven't ever put them on. Already burned a wire in half.
That's the one that mount over the top of the valve cover, ain't it?
Yep. They mount where the valve covers mount.
It's got the 2 arms on the top, 2 arms on the bottom. It slides over, hugging the valve cover. And then the little ears fold to the outside to where the bolts go through.
Yeah, I've actually used them before. They're really nice. They're just a pain to set up.
Is that the ones that got the Allen screws that you can actually adjust how wide or close the wire loom itself is?
Yes.
Cool.
There's Antonio. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Antonio?
I say they're impossible, guys. As you tell me how you get a torque wrench into that.
There's no getting a torque wrench on that. That's
See how close that primary tube turns?
Not even a crow's foot would fit in there.
No. You can get a wrench in there in the open end of it, and that's it.
That's one of them ones you turn it a quarter turn, you flip your wrench over, stick it back in there, quarter turn, flip it over, put it back in there, quarter turn.
Let me see if I can show you another one. Can you see that one down there? Let me move that wire.
Let me present you. All right. I always see there we go.
See that one?
Yeah, that
the very
one.
back one? No possible way.
Nope.
You will never get a torque wrench in there. It took me forever to get that bolt tight.
That's the one you actually have to hold the header off away from it, start it up, and slowly walk it in.
You are exactly correct.
We got Doug Sweener in the house. I've seen a lot of good mail call videos. Doug Sweener and Mama Sweener.
Oh, yeah. A bunch of good mail call videos. And I had to hide the peanut butter fudge from myself. I put it in the refrigerator back in the corner to where I can't dig it out easily. Because if I keep it out where I can get to it, I'm gonna sit there and eat that whole container in one sitting, and that's no good.
I got a video from Antonio too in my queue for a mail call. It just popped up a little bit ago.
I hadn't seen that one yet. I will go check it out, Antonio. I promise you, I will watch it. I've been trying to watch everybody's videos, but it's hard to watch everybody's. I wouldn't have no time to do no work on my own stuff. But I try to watch as much as I can of everybody's stuff.
You know, and our group has grown to what, 40 plus already in the last week.
Something like that, yeah. We got a lot of people in. A lot of good people in Small Engine Nation. I want to see it grow bigger.
Yeah, it is.
I want everybody to spread the love and all.
I got lots of love for you, brother.
Hey, we got lots of love for you and Peeper too.
Yep.
I got love for everybody in Small Engine Nation. And all the rest of the ones that's not in Small Engine Nation but comes and hangs out with us and talks with us and all that, I got much love for everybody. I got enough to go around for everybody. I ain't greedy. I spread the love.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you started doing your Thursday night streams, Jay.
I'm enjoying this. It's taking me a little bit to learn what all I need to do and all that, but it's getting there.
People are going to be amazed when you get into that warm weather and you're out there in your shop doing some work. It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah.
We got 700 R4.
Mm-hmm. She's just sitting there waiting. I've done cleaned her off, and $20 power washer works great. Anyways, I'm not talking about that.
I need to get me a power washer.
Look at it, still trying to get in the shot. But yeah, she's just waiting. I'm hoping it's good. Only one way to find out.
Yep, the only way to find out is to run it.
And to run it, I have to have another drive shaft cut 58.5 inches long. My drive shaft will not work. It has to be cut down 3 inches.
I wouldn't cut yours down. I'd actually
go
to a junkyard and find another one and have it shortened to length. So
I
if
done got one.
You can just swap them out.
I done got one.
Have a Camaro. Probably the right length altogether anyway.
That's an idea. Look at them Harbor Freight coupons.
I know I'm not as pretty as they are, but I already got me a shaft.
What about that?
The one I took out of the Oldsmobile, the wagon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take them to hopefully a shop down here and have him make me a new tube. Just have him use the ends.
Yeah. Hey, Selena, before you go get supper or whatever, call me. That's the reason I was wanting to talk with you. But yeah, it's 8 o'clock, y'all. For right now, I think I'm just going to try to do 1 hour streams every Thursday and see how everything goes. But once I get outside under the carport to where I can actually start working and have it where I can see chat and set the camera up to video at the same time, then we might start going a little longer. But I think we're going to keep it around an hour each Thursday night for right now.
We got Mix Mower who just slid in.
Hey, Mick.
One of our brothers.
How you doing? You come in right here at the end, brother. Sorry about that, but we might have to catch you next time. Matt, I appreciate you being on the panel, brother. And I'm glad it's just something that got hung up in that valve. And not a hole in that piston.
Heck yeah. We'll get that thing fixed up.
And Craig, I appreciate you being on here.
Always, brother. You know, I'm always here for you.
And we appreciate everybody coming in on chat and talking with us and hanging out with us and all. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep this up on Thursday nights at 7. Monday and Tuesday nights, we got Bubs on, I think, Monday and Etard on Tuesday night at 9 o'clock on their channels.
I think it's flip-flop, Jay. I think Monday is
Etard and Tuesday is Bubs. Okay.
And then I think, you know.
And Wednesday night, we got Go-Karts Are Going Fishing. Nate doing his thing at 7 o'clock. Me trying to get mine started at 7 o'clock on Thursday. And Friday night at 8 Central, 9 Eastern, if I'm not mistaken, is Stacy with Twisted R Racing.
We got horses
on Saturday? Yeah, horses before that at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central Time for 30 minutes. Then on Saturday night, I think Lonesome said that he was going to try to start doing Saturday nights again. Who else was on Saturday that you can remember?
I was thinking there was somebody else that was going to try to do a Saturday stream, but no, it was somebody else.
I can't remember exactly who it was, but
I don't remember.
I can't remember. Once we get it all finalized and all that, I'll start trying to keep the calendar notified and everybody and all. And then again on Sunday nights or Sunday afternoons, however you want to look at it, is Stacy Twisted R Racing again, and that's what, 5 Central Time?
Yeah, we've been trying to do 4 to 5 Central. It just really depends on
according to his schedule. Yeah, we can only work with what he's able to do and when he's able to do it. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out with us. And I think we'll catch y'all another night. Y'all have a good one.
Yep, everybody take care.
Bye.